Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that gets a lot of you talking: the future of gold and silver. We've seen some incredible moves in the precious metals market lately, but what if I told you we might be approaching the grand finale of this bull cycle? Let's break down what could be coming and why 2026 might be a year to circle on your calendar. For years, many of us have been watching gold struggle to break out. It flirted with the $2,000 mark several times, only to be pushed back down. It felt like hitting a wall, again and again. But recently, something shifted. Gold didn't just break through, it smashed that resistance and has been building a new base at a much higher level. This isn't just a random spike, this is what we call a major breakout, the kind that signals a fundamental change in the market's psychology and structure. Think of it like a dam that's finally burst after years of pressure building up. The water is now flowing freely, and that's the phase we're in right now. So what happens after a massive breakout like this? Typically, we see a period of powerful upward movement. This is the part of the cycle where mainstream attention starts to build. The financial news starts covering it more, your friends who never talk about metals might start asking questions, and the fear of missing out, or FOMO, really kicks in. This phase can be explosive, with prices moving up faster and more dramatically than in the slow grind years leading up to it. We are likely in the early stages of this powerful new uptrend. Now, let's talk about silver. Silver is often called gold's little brother, but it's more like the hyperactive, volatile one. Historically, silver tends to lag behind gold at the beginning of a bull run. Gold makes the first move, establishes the trend, and then once the momentum is confirmed, silver comes roaring to life. And when it does, its percentage gains often dwarf gold's. We haven't seen that happen just yet. Silver has started to move, yes, but it hasn't had its truly explosive catch-up moment. This is a key signal we're still watching for. When silver breaks out with conviction and starts outperforming gold on a daily and weekly basis, that will be a huge confirmation that we are in the most exciting, high-velocity part of the bull market. So how does this all lead to 2026? Let's look at historical cycles. Major bull markets and commodities don't last forever. They have a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning is the slow accumulation phase, which we've been in for years. The middle is the breakout and strong trend phase, which we've just entered. The end is a parabolic blow-off top, a period of near vertical price increases driven by mass speculation and public mania. This final phase is where the most money is made, and also where the greatest risk lies. Based on the typical length of these cycles and the structure of the current market, our analysis points to this entire process culminating around 2026. Think about it. A couple of years for this strong uptrend to mature, for silver to catch up and go parabolic, and for the public to jump in en masse. This timeline fits the classic pattern. By 2026, we could see price levels for both gold and silver that might seem unimaginable today. This is the final act I'm talking about, the spectacular conclusion to a decade-long story. But what happens after the final act? The curtain falls. After a parabolic blow-off top, the reversal is usually just as swift and brutal. That's when a long-term bear market, potentially lasting for several years, is likely to begin. Those who buy at the very peak, caught up in the mania, are the ones who get hurt the most. That's why understanding the full cycle is crucial. It's not just about knowing when to get in, it's also about having a plan for when to get out. The goal is not to catch the absolute top, which is nearly impossible, but to ride the powerful wave up and then step aside before it crashes back down. So what's the strategy? Right now, the signal is clear. The bull market is on. The breakout in gold is real, and silver's turn is likely coming. This is a time for paying close attention. It's not the time for complacency. The next 2 years could present one of the most significant opportunities in the precious metal space we've seen in a generation. But it is also a time to be smart and to remember that no market goes up forever. We need to watch for the signs of a top. What do those look like? First, the media narrative will shift from cautious optimism to outright euphoria. You'll see headlines everywhere about the new paradigm for gold and silver. Second, you'll hear stories of ordinary people making fortunes, quitting their jobs to trade metals. Third, and most importantly from a technical standpoint, the price chart will go vertical. When you see moves of 5% or 10% in a single day becoming common, that's a warning sign that the end is near. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about strategic planning. The biggest mistake investors make is getting married to their positions and riding them all the way back down. By identifying 2026 as a potential turning point, we can start to prepare ourselves mentally and strategically for an exit. It allows us to enjoy the ride up while keeping a clear head about the inevitable end of the cycle. To recap, gold has broken out of a multi-year consolidation, signaling the start of a powerful new uptrend. Silver is still lagging, but is poised to play catch-up, which will mark the most intense phase of the rally. Based on historical cycle analysis, this bull market could reach a spectacular climax around 2026. After this final act, a prolonged bear market is a high probability. The key for all of us is to participate in the upside over the next couple of years while having a disciplined plan to take profits before the party ends. This is a dynamic situation, and we'll be tracking it every step of the way right here on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any updates as this incredible story unfolds. What are your thoughts on this timeline? Do you see the final act coming in 2026? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.